career. It's like the forefront of my life, and everything.
Except thank you. Thank you for the sub. And for staying put. Because you're not allowed to go out. It's past 5 p.m. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. We took a brief break from Disco Elysium. So today, I'm going to be providing you with a very brief recap of our main characters so far. We have us. Fat, balding, alcoholic, and that's about it. But we are the principal investigators for this investigation. And we are also very cool and sexy. And we're gonna solve this goddamn case if it kills us, which it probably will. But we will solve this case. And bring glory to our precinct. Precinct, it's either 42 or 59, I don't remember. Next up is Kim! Our partner from precinct 42 through 50, we're not quite sure. He is aiding us in this investigation. But he also comes from a rival police station. So there's a bit of tension. There's a bit of tension in the household. But we trust him with our lives and he trusts us with his. And goddammit, we'll do what we can to make him proud. And see that both of us get out of this alive. Next is Ruby. She's our prime suspect this investigation. She is the one we are currently pursuing to see if it is truly her that killed the mercenary man. We know definitively that she organized his lynching, but did she kill him? We'll find out soon enough. She is also, through means of my excellent deductive reasoning, likely currently holding our gun. But it's okay! Because Kim has a gun, so we'll probably be fine. And finally, the main character of this whole goddamn shabatalang doom. Measurehead. The ultimate 2-meter tall 70s man who will educate us all on the great race enigma and bring us to glory. Anyway, how are you all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Hope everyone is well. That's a hollow-looking sun. Shut the fuck up. Do you think I'm here for my artistic expertise? Do you need me to be like those obnoxious-ass college professors that'll be like, "Excuse me, I can't draw," or like, "Please pardon my art skills," and they draw like the next like Picasso, like, I don't even know what this is. I think it's a whale. And they draw the next Picasso sculpture. Let's get the whale here. Whales are mammals. Surely they have some sort of hair. To recap one forget story again. I'm glad. Art is subjective, you know that? Fuck off! I can still hear some a little disappointed. If I got any louder, I would have started, like, squeaking. So, perhaps it's for the best. Draw the next Picasso sculpture! If y'all came here for brains, you're in the wrong place. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm saying. Famlam. No, not Discord, you idiot. Disco Elysium. Dumbass. Oh shit. Cancel. Minimize. Yeah, shabab! We are in for... Oh shit, how do I... We are in for a treat today, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't fucking remember what we were doing. And I'm praying that I will remember. Discord Elysium, my favorite game. Okay, the source is on Disco Elysium. What? updates! Okay. Phew. It scared me for a sec. How's everyone doing? You took a nap as well? Nap buddies. Guys, I'm like properly, I'm scared to continue this game. I am properly shaken. I am boozled. I am fearful. I'm really afraid. Like, I'm so emotionally invested in this, like, in the outcome of the story now. I'm so afraid we're, like, gonna get a bad ending. Like, I'm gonna die or Kim's gonna die. Dude, if Kim bites it, I'm gonna go insane. Bro, I'm gonna go crazy. I know we're gonna meet Ruby and there's gonna be some, like, gray, like, moral choice where, like, she was, like, I feel like she's gonna be, like, the victim of, like, some greater scheme, or, like, that she had, like, a really, like, compelling reason, assuming she's the one that killed him, which, like, let's assume for now that she guilty before innocent, whatever, but let's assume that she is, like, the person who killed him. I suspect it's gonna be, like, all, like she had, like, this big reason for doing so, it was, like, a huge misunderstanding or something, and then we're gonna have to face, like, the conflict of either, like, assisting her in some way, or helping our precinct, and it's gonna be a... Sabra, shut the fuck up! I can't even change my nickname in Surecord, you know that? I can't even change my fucking nickname, I'm stuck with that stupid heart full of neutrality nickname. IS new justice system, everyone. Total for us. We're all gonna die. Worst ending. I'm not a sub, so I can't change my nickname. I'm stuck. I have to pay fucking $4.99 to change my nickname on Sureforce server. This sucks, dude. All because I'm friends with one of his mods. Whoever says being friends with moderators is a bonus is a fucking liar. All they do is bully you. And you stand before them powerless and small and you can do nothing about it. Even my own mods bully me, man. You're not even safe if you're the streamer. Are you just now learning the lesson? Oh no. Oh no, I've known it. I've known it. This is just a one reinforcement in a long line of humiliations. You know what else I'm concerned about? Oh shit, I lost it. I was gonna say it, then I lost it. What the fuck was I gonna say? I was talking about Ruby and how I feel like it's gonna be like some ambiguous moral choice. There was something else! There's something else! I feel like time is of the essence now because Joyce mentioned that it was a matter of days before the militiamen take matters into their own hands and get vengeance for their fallen brethren. And once they figure out who it was that organized the lynching, which we figured out in a couple of days, it could be a massacre. And they could kill more labor folks than just the people who were at the lynching. That's my other concern. I feel like we're working on time constraints now, which I have let that scare me into rushing in the past, so I'm gonna try not to do that now. But I'm also just like, whew. Scary stuff. Massacre. Yes, precisely, thank you. Precisely, thank you. I'll change it to Bab needs to sleep! I'll take it. Bab, you're in Surecord, right? Mods are the hall police of Twitch, you're absolutely correct, and I hate how succinct that description is. Bab was waiting for me to start stream like the best mod there is. Oh cool, I can change Bab's nickname too. Get roped in with me, motherfucker. Like, guys, I'm like, actually, I'm fucking terrified. I'm not, I swear. It's not a save if I'm loading the game, idiot. Can you not be fucking dumb? Can you save in the save selection screen? Shut the fuck up. I'm not here for it. It's 12:22, so it's like midday. Just checked Bab is there. Guys, I'm so scared. What is my outfit? Why? What? This screams midlife crisis. Oh yeah, the visor gives me a free +1 to perception. Let's see, what was I wearing before? I did the fucking shivers check without having the hover clothes on, which I'm mad about, but it's fine. Why does this lower empathy? Is this because it's a moralist thing? I bet it's a moralist uniform. What was I wearing before? Terrasolary trousers. What's the perception at right now? +2! Jesus, we don't need that. Let's wear these ugly ass boots. Shoes, I should say. Christ. Anything at a -1? I don't like. Okay, our logic's at a -1 from what? That was for the composure check. No, it's for empathy. Still hate this fucking visor. Another member for the heart full of neutrality. Oh no, do I want to check? Nope, I want to check. Dude, our morale is taking... Sylvie! Oh, right, the barkeep. That was concerning for a moment there. By the way, guys, I'm thinking of changing my Twitch name. What would you guys recommend to change it to? Okay, my physical prowess is currently at a standstill, so... The abandoned lorry we already got. The cargo container door. Can we do that again? Guys, we gotta go to the cargo container door. I'm gonna convince that container door. Connect stand, mirror, warded door, church doors. Central furnace is the one that I want. We don't have it right now. Bitter, what's good? How are you? Good to see you. We're gonna head over and try to convince that fucking cargo container to open. But yeah, so my current dilemma, is that I'm afraid that we're actually operating on fixed time here. Like, say, like, once it hits... What is today? Thursday? Yeah, like, say once it hits, let's say, next Sunday, like Sunday, there will be a massacre. That could have been prevented if we solved the case earlier. That's, like, my concern. That's my chief concern right now. I feel like we can't really dawdle anymore. Which is a scary thought. Yeah, it'll take me a few minutes to get my bearings, so please excuse me if I'm a bit... Dude, I failed this volition check like 3 times. And like, my volition's okay. It's frustrating. What can you do? Too much dawdling already. How am I dawdling now? I feel like I've been pretty speedy with solving this case. Don't insult my police work. I am a hardened, trained veteran in my field, and I don't appreciate this disrespect. Sabrak 10. God, I feel like I need to like get my bearings on everything. This is what happens when you take a break from a game for too long. Was this the container? I think so. Alright. Time to beef up, ladies. Rhetorically. Is this perhaps the lame-ass thing to do? To change your clothing in the middle of winter outside of the locked container door to ensure you get the best possible outcome? Perhaps. Do I care? No. Rhetoric +1. Rhetoric is also our tag skill, so if we fail this, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be peeved. Bro, I'm gonna be mad. That's all we have? One item that boosts rhetoric? Ah. Does our ledger do anything? Nope. What if I also held this pry bar while we did this? The pry bar in one hand and the Volsund in the other. Oh, we also have to head back to the ice fridge thing at some point. What? What? I said ladies in general. If anything, no one is excluded from ladyship in my eyes, rather everyone is co-opted into it. You are all beautiful women, whether you like it or not. persuade the door open. +1 being in the world for 2 days, been in the world for many days. Am I sure there's nothing else that... Oh, almost at level up. Neato. What am I gonna invest in? Probably... Oh yeah, I'm gonna invest in a new thought cabinet slot. So that I can do the one that gives you a 6 cap to shivers, because I'm fucking obsessed with that skill. And I probably won't even get to use it that much if we hurry up on the investigation, which sucks. I'm a woman? You're all women, Bep. I'm a woman. Bro, I deadass do not want to do this check because I know I'm gonna fail it. I'm dawdling. I'm dawdling. She's dawdling. She's dawdling. Where's my titties and monthly trip to hell? Man. I don't know what to tell you, sis. I've been saying that shit for ages, man. You're back before the cargo container. Straw has not listened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. After you retweeted me, I feel like 8 people replied, and now I feel like I gotta commission all of them. Hey, you got options though. Best of luck getting your emotes commissioned. What are you thinking of doing, V? Good to see you, by the way. I take the monthly shit just to feel happy. Periods are certain. Periods. What can I say about periods? I simply won't comment. How much did we miss by? And it's as it's always been impossible to open a container with rhetoric. Maybe you're just losing your mind. No. We will try again later. Bless you, that wasn't a sneeze though. That was my pathetic giggle as I... Was there anything that nerfed my rhetoric here? If there was, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go mad like a chimpanzee. Nope. I'm gonna go mad and insane like a chimpanzee. Bro, when did our perception get so beefed? It's at a 6. That's higher than some of our intellect skills. What the fuck, man? When did we get so perceppy? Perceppy. I don't remember investing in perception this much, but we invested in it 3 times. A period is literally... yeah, exactly. Precisely. Okay. God, that gives so many buffs. It only gives 2, but it feels like more. I feel like our suggestion is always doomed to be a negative one. Okay, here's the thing, team. Consult the wind. There was that suspicious looking band of reeds that we noted could be easy to hide something in. I kind of want to go back and check that out. There was the smoldering cigarette we found where our detective noted that he felt like it should be something that we should remember. Granted, this could be my detective's high end also being like, oh, all this like useless information we should compartmentalize, but like stuff to think about perhaps. I'm so scared that that woman most likely has our gun. That's like my prime fear right now. You gonna go to sleep? Alright, good night, Bab. Thank you for hanging out for a little bit. Have a good one. Or we could just help the ravers start a nightclub, because I feel like this investigation is gonna make me cry. A lot of you weren't here when I last played this. We had to deliver a bereavement notice to a woman. Oh, about her husband. Man. Man. It broke me. Should have done it with sparklers. Fuck off. Would have gone over better. Fuck off. Okay, a working firearm that shoots 4.46 ammo. I'm wondering where we could find this. We could ask the pawn guy, man. Sel used to refuse to talk about her friends. Maybe she'll later after you focus at the nightclub. Right. We have to wait for the ice cream maker to melt, so we have to let a few hours pass for that. Yeah, okay, we're not gonna ask Scab Leader about the tattoos because I get the feeling we'd be sniped if we do. She could be anywhere on the peninsula north of the village. I'm so afraid we're gonna just run into her. I'm so afraid we're just gonna run into her and then it's gonna like force us into a cutscene and I'm gonna freak out because I get spooked easily and just, oh, I'm dreading it. Look inside the church, ask around, there are people to the west of the mural. Or, I don't know, ask a girl on a date, then ask her? Ask the wind, maybe? Sab, I'm literally so afraid. I'm freaking out, man. There was like that church cutscene where like Suna walked in and I freaked out because I was like, why is it forcing me into a cutscene? I'll offer moral support. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate it. It's still 12:22 because time passes in dialogue. I'm not useful for much, I tell you. No. Moral support is the most useful of all. Moral support and our good racist friend. Measurehead. Just look at him. We puny mortals cannot compare to the absolute unit that is that man. Gotta go back to work. Oh, best of luck with the rest of work, V. Thanks for stopping by, and best of luck getting commissions. I hope you find someone with an art style you like. God, that love sign is so cute.
Man. How can I help you?
Did he change his color? No, that's what he's always been, right? The lighting threw me off. Welcome to Devashore. Guys, I did ask, do not want to finish this investigation. I'm spooked out of my mind. So we're gonna go look for Ruby. I suppose that's all we can really do right now. Show cam? Never. I am a decrepit, ugly little goblin, and you do not need to see my face. Or toes. Sorry. How you doing, Brad? Remember when I felt I could sleep here? Under the boat? Under the boat tarp? Why do I feel like we're gonna find her here? In that specific shed. It's like an empty shed with just like one chair. It's very ominous. Did we already ask her?
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down, bastards.
Just getting I've stayed in this neighborhood very recently. Been out at sea. Okay, yeah, I'm just getting a recap, sorry. I don't think Joyce would know, but... Did you know I love Mata the most? I did not, but what an honor to be loved the most by Sabra. I'm doing good, how are you?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Good. Wild Pines. She wants to merely represent. What do they do? Airships? assuming like a helicopter type thing, but bigger. Red star. What the fuck was that noise? 22 billion is a large number, but consider this. The conglomerate employs 72,000 people. Conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Well, because of those 72,000 families, it is a tremendous responsibility. They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Cimmerian and Celindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine's ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lo Manthang on behalf of the suzerain. That's the king from centuries ago. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it. Probably helps to start it with a real monopoly. You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that. What does a huge system want with a place like this? I mean, aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? Of all the cargo in the world? That's quite the endeavor indeed. You don't keep it moving, the workers do. The company is nothing without them. We built this district, she says. We. She owns up to it. All the best parts of it. Route to Saint-Liznay. I still don't know how to pronounce that. I am sorry. Katie, what's good? How you doing? Route to Saint-Liznay with its bastions, the plaza's Meteoran mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from Wild Pines. Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial labor, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees. Hey, that was enough for a level up. Company getaway for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution, but that's another matter. Here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built. With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone. I'm trying to give myself like a primer back on the revolution. The communists started it. And then I believe the ultra-liberals helped to fund it or supported it in some way. To break down the monarchy, I believe. And then the moral linterns came in. Communists fought with the fascists. Communists and ultra-liberals fought with the fascists. Moral linterns came in. Ultra-liberals switched to the moral lintern side. Moral linterns absolutely annihilate the communists. However, the communists were the ones to take down the monarchy, I believe. And now the moral lintern rule. That's my understanding of the lore so far. But again, it's been almost 2 weeks since I played this, so I might be rusty or missing something. There was this funny quote where it was like, you know, every fantasy book you read, like, they pull you in with, like, the drawbacks of capitalism, and then when you're not looking, they fucking hit you over the head with the baseball bat of Divine Right of Kings. It felt very succinct to me. Okay, I have to check back up which one was the one that gave me the shivers. Though, we could do -2 nerf to Viscalc. I have, I have the faintest intuitive sense that no quote-unquote massacres will be happening until, like, a solid week after. Like, a week feels like a good, like, time limit to solve the investigation, you know? Like, if these mercenaries are gonna go vigilante and take justice into their own hands, I get the feeling that it's not gonna be till this coming Sunday. And we're currently on Thursday, so we have time. I'm so like nervous not knowing how much time we have exactly. Okay, let's see. I think it's Cop of the Apocalypse. It still freaks me out that we told that woman, like, you're worried about your husband, aren't you? You're worried about your husband. And she's like, no, of course I'm not. And we sounded fucking crazy at the time, and then turns out her husband's dead on the dock on the other side of the harbor. Not the harbor, sorry. The waterlock fucked me up, man. God. Top 10 gaming moments that ruined my life. It's just one nerf to rhetoric. I think it's fine. And it raises the learning cap for Shivers. And Inland Empire, but we don't give a fuck about that. We don't give a fuck about Inland Empire, man. Do all of these connect in some way? Are all of these connected in a specific way? Or is it just like whatever? Do we need Shivers right now? No. But do I want Shivers? Yeah. Sorry. Alright, Cop of the Apocalypse. 7 hours is quite a long time, but it's okay. See, I even have it highlighted. That's how much of a goose I am. Hopefully we don't find Ruby within the next 7 hours. Watch us run into her right now. I'm literally so scared of finding her. I am freaked out over it, man. I wanted to go to the church. Talk to Suna. Why do I feel like we spoke to her last week, though? Or not last week, when I last played this, I should say.
Yes, what is it?
She's not seen, Saya. It is true. The 2mm hole. Which isn't very well right now. Can we talk to our friend in the rafters, or is he forever gone from our reach? What does Kim think of this?
Yes?
Nothing new. This barrel has been recently discarded. It smells of fuel oil. Train trails off into the ocean. Where were those researchers? Oh god. Someone made a campfire here a long time ago. A rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. +1? Shivers! Let's fucking go, dude! Sorry. I feel like drama is more important right now, though. Like, I know that we're most probably not gonna find her just vibing on the edge of the coast. Like, just chilling, just sitting there. But I still can't shake, like, this just god-awful, like, suspenseful feeling I have in my chest. It's terrible. I'll keep it on my sorry. Like, I just can't shake the feeling that something awful is going to happen. Especially given that she has a weapon and we do not. And presumably at least one bullet. It probably will. I won't sugarcoat it. Thank you for the words of reassurance. What happened to that moral support, sir? Sabrok? Sabrok? Sometimes a kebab wrapper is just a kebab wrapper.
Hello again.
Oh, this is the obnoxiously American man. I'm looking for a suspect. Afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day for me and Mikhail here. Is it just Michael, or is there like is it like Mikhail? I haven't seen anyone around? No, I'm sorry. As I said, just a day off. We just arrived anyway. There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth, Sawyer. He hasn't seen anyone. Maybe if we hear about the
Hello
film building again. Seeing that Field Electrical built this boardwalk? They even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war. A pleasure wheel? The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky. Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer if there were a big wheel lighting up the coast. Learned their star engineers, this part of Martiniz was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. So was it Feld and Wild Pines that kind of like both together tried to industrialize the or not industrialize, but I suppose make the area inhabitable? Global Center for Innovation Cybernetics, but history had other plans. I'm confused. It was going to be a site for cybernetics and a getaway town? Huh. Means that the boys got shot by the communists, the boys were the bourgeoisie. He means that they all got shot in the head because they were bourgeois. Now, do you know what the bourgeoisie is? No one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like, but word has it that it was very elegant. Oh no. 10 years ago I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center in Oranje. What? He did. He said Wompty Dumpty Dom Center like it was the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced? The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center for Contemporary Arts. There it is again. Those words. The exhibition itself drew on Ligerman's notion of memory, and so there be some parallels to the head curator Paul Ackerman chose to. You're making this up. Is he making this up? Oh no. Thought gained the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center, he says casually, is a place you can visit if you're ever in Redfort. And are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. There's a thing computers. Cool. Why the revolutionaries destroy it? Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remains inside that building. Debris, not debris, Aya. Debris. Failed mural, failed mural. Ruby's either in that spooky ass house with just like the one chair. Which I get the feeling if we stay in the shack that the old lady provided for us, we could also end up tied up in there. Water runs from the west. The source is upstream. A broken pipe? Perhaps in that shelter thing we found. Look, Sabra, I'm catastrophizing now. I know. I'm just scared out of my wits. I will not lie to you. Oh, there's the scientist. We'll have to head back there and look. Moralists were always the last ones against the wall. It's very unlikely that they were the ones who died here. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commander, the superior giving the orders. Feel drawn to the faded mural again. Huh. It gave us the shivers. Check unlock. Dora building a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? God, guys, I'm terrified. 42-minute research! It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wonder Twins Guy and Keith Joost are the stars of the show, with their bomber jackets and white sneakers, head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wompty-Dom-Dee-Dombiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSPV'd. Where are you if you are not there? Let's head back to that stupid fucking mural with my shivers thought that is marinating in my head that I can't do anything about. God. Why couldn't I be an apocalypse cop sooner, man? Next playthrough, next playthrough. I don't know if I'll be able to play this game again. I'll probably be too emotionally damaged. I have a feeling this ending is going to destroy me.
Hello, hello. What can I do for you, officer?
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen a woman with red hair who appeared to be on the run? Afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days looking for signs of insect activity. Less interested in mammalian concerns, to be completely honest.
Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer?
Gary the crypto
Yellow man.
fascist.
I mean,
Oh.
officer.
Gary the crypto racist.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
I don't want to talk to him, but I have to ask him about the suspect.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast.
What the fuck,
Most
Gary?
drunks and degenerates.
I mean, with
here.
a title like crypto fascist, what else did we expect? It's mostly drunks and degenerates that complain. Degenerates? This man respects authority too much to see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue. I'm neither of those things, I can assure you. I'm a by the books, clean as a whistle, officer of the law. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants. Nah, fuck this guy.
Dark times will do that to good men.
Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is. God, am I gonna ask him about the stupid fucking mug? I feel so bad I picked up that mug. I didn't mean anything by it. I don't know why I picked it up. My grubby little, like, completionist hands were like, I must pick up everything in the area in case I miss anything. I feel so bad pulling it out in front of Kim. Like, I'm like, I promise I'm not a racist. I'm 24 hours before my next shift. Why bother being productive if I'm busy dreading going in? I fucking feel that. Let's ask questions regarding the investigation first. Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags? Sounds like Aya to me, TBH. What? Also, hey, Molly. So that's what the RC Mr. Martin is about. Great. Good to hear that someone's finally taking care of it. No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary, but everyone knows that. They didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here. You were surprised to see my colleague. Not many Sealites here, or anywhere other than Seal. I mean, no offense, truly. I wonder if that's meant to be pronounced like Seoul. You know, like, Seoul, South Korea. But... Am I confusing Aya with another streamer that likes to pick up everything? No, 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 you could be right. I just wasn't sure what you were saying when what you were referring to when you said sounds like Aya to me. How you doing, Molly? Do you remember how when we met Measurehead and I said that the next racist would be a really good one? Yes. Well, this is that racist. He just toward Gary as though he were presenting a work of art. He is nothing compared to the incomparable 2-meter tall Seminese. Seminese sculpture of a man, Measurehead. God. I don't know, I like the previous racist better. Will you grant us 3 wishes? Will you grant us 3 wishes, Gary? Hey man, he blushes. All I meant was that there are not many Sealites around here. Just stating a fact. Kim has no time for your shit, Gary. Do you have a problem with Sealites, Gary? Is there an issue here? Is there some implicit biases that we need to work through together right now, Gary? No? No problem at all. He flashes an impenetrable smile at Kim. Do we bring out the mug? God, this conversation is terrible. Is this your mug? My mug? Why would you think that? Seemed as if you were calling to it longingly when you cried, "Yellow Man!" I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes. Oh God. You called out to it longingly. Oh no, that's not... Why would I be calling to a broken mug? Alright, I believe you. You look like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer. Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash in the container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I'm very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you? I am. For 20 real. This is the one character I'm gonna allow myself to bully in this game. I am. For 100 real. He accepts the slip of copy paper with a bow. Okay. I deserve that, and I won't do it again. You have my word. I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property, I've been having trouble at work lately. The Kodjkos are price dumping us out of competition. What did you do, Gary? Nothing! Just answering some questions and helping out the law. How did you get into the trash container? I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez. Why do you need to get into everyone's trash? So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff, he says, bowing shamefully like a fallen knight. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Himbians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself. Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container. Kim, shut the fuck up. We need the 100 real. Studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer. Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into that trash container? I doubt it was him, but... Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know. Then what happened? I came out to clean up the rags before no one else, because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too. Right, just a civic duty. Exactly, that's exactly what it was. Civic duty. Shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where? What's that strange sound? The clinking I just heard when you moved. Really? A lot of weird stuff out in the reeds, though. Insects, trash, could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby. Every day the wind shifts in the reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers, plastic and glass bottles, the smell of decay. The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned. Oh no! No! What was it, the insect? I was like, how did condom wrappers read like insects? Incest? Know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you? Armor? No. I mean, yes, of course. See? There's at least one good thing about the fascists in this game, and is that they deferentially respect our authority as policemen immediately. I am asking about the armor! I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it. An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. Let's move on for now. Oh. Composure. Hope that would help your investigation in my small way. He's visibly relieved that it's over. I'm gonna be a fucking bitch again and put on clothes that help my composure, then ask him. What's our composure right now? It has no buffs at the moment. I did not notice our amazing hat. Isn't it sexy? It has googly eyes on it too. Surprisingly, it does not lower any of our charisma skills because everybody knows that it's a sexy hat. I know we have a jacket that helps composure. At least I think we do. Might just be these shoes. You know, getting my second pair of my shoes absolutely would help me with my composure. That's true. Let's try this check just for fun.
Always a pleasure to... I mean, officers.
We buying new shoes. We got a couple of new shoes. Fuck it. How much we feel by 12-14. Are you cross-dressing by any chance? Are you currently sporting some anal pee? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe his beads sounded like beads. What kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes? Are you currently sporting some anal beads? The lieutenant leans in confidently. You wouldn't be able to hear if you were wearing anal beads. Please excuse my colleague's humor. Working on this murder case has taken a toll on us both. You don't quite have to answer that yet. What he means is, working this case is taking a toll on you, and working with you is taking a toll on him. Of course, of course. He forces a grin, no doubt hiding some colossal anal beads up his butt as he does so. Anyway, that was a very fruitful conversation. I feel like I learned a lot about others and myself. Look, if anal beads are an option, I have to ask about them. Like, it's required by law that I do. It's required. Shivers +1. I think there's the other shivers thing I have now. What was the thing that I put on? The shoes. I want my old shoes back on. Yeah. Some sexy shoes. Why do we save, you ask? He's totally wearing anal beads. Absolutely. We'll get it out of him. Gary the crypto-fascist is A, definitely a bottom, and B, definitely into butt stuff. I'm glad we're in agreement. Death notification, reconstructed execution. Aw man, it added a bonus. But it did not unlock the check for us. Unfortunate. Usually it does that when, especially when it gives you like a actual notification to go back and check. Usually that indicates that, you are ready. Physical instrument -1. Ooh, zoo-wee mama. If someone like blows on us too hard, we will suffer a heart attack. Is what I'm getting from this. Put the clothes in the trash. Analyze Gary's composure to figure out if there's something more. Suppose we just ask around more. I don't want to investigate that. Do you guys notice how I'm purposely not investigating like things that I could be investigating because I'm terrified of finding her? It's a mixture of like not wanting this game to end and also just being terrified of the final confrontation. Is there anything here I missed? This hot chocolate was a bust. You were drinking hot chocolate and it sucked? Sad day indeed, my dude. Did we check along the coast proper? Oh, that's the coast proper. Okay, I suppose there's nothing there. Let's carry around our tools as well. Was it made with water? I often find hot chocolate made with water usually sucks. You know, like when you put the powder in the water, yeah, that's no bueno. We're back at the village. Oh, we could ask the, monks about it. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Tequila Sunset.
He nods in appreciation. Idiot Doom Spiral, what a powerful name. It's not great, but it's all I have. Pepe hands. No milk though? Because milk could help with making it taste better. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately? You're all I have. Nigel, I'll kill you. How are you doing on this fine White Girl Wednesday? Can't really remember seeing any woman after losing my keys. He really has no idea where Ruby is, Saya. I get the feeling this is going to be the trend, where we ask people about Ruby and they won't know where she is. Buy milk for baking and nothing else. I see.
I have deals set up for you, buddy boy.
Deals? He spreads his arms out as if wanting to embrace you. Buying milk means I gotta use it before it goes bad. Okay, fair enough. I remember when I lived on my own, milk and eggs less of an issue, because eggs surprisingly last for a really long time. But yeah, milk was always like, It's a fine White Girl Wednesday, that's for sure. Man, am I glad to hear that, my dude. When are we gonna watch Izuku next? When are you free, I should ask? Because I don't have any more, like, I had, like, exams and quizzes these past few days, but, like, I'm free of that now. So, I'm more flexible now. I don't buy eggs either, because eggs are gross. What? If I'm around, we basically never have to worry about milk going bad, really. I used to drink a lot more milk than I do now. Now I mostly use it for, as like Katie said, mostly for cooking. I cook with milk a lot. and baking occasionally. But I don't really drink it that often, and when I'm not living with other people, I tend to buy like almond milk or soy milk. Also buy eggs for baking and nothing else. But as food, eggs are gross. Damn. That's certainly an opinion. I won't attack you for it, but like, I feel like eggs are so versatile, it's hard to dislike them unless you're a vegetarian or vegan. I work every night until Saturday night. Oof, best of luck. Best of luck with work, my dude. Depends on if I hang out with friends afterwards, really. Understandable. Social king. Get out at 9 otherwise. I see. Just keep us updated. We're shining the flashlight right in his face, I'm so sorry. I drink less milk, but still quite a bit. I atcha. I tend to just drink water now and occasionally fall privy to the sinful soda. But I'm trying to work out of it. Good to see you too, friend.
So what do you want?
Oh.
I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real.
300 real?
Also I have speed. And by speed I mean amphetamine.
300 real. +1 to all Motorex, +1 to Psyche, +1 to morale. Damn, 300 real. What the fuck? Soda is sinful, it rots your teeth. It rots. Don't get me wrong, I'm a sugar fiend. Pretty sure I'm pre-diabetic. But I say as I am about to put a cookie into my mouth. By the way, guys, heads up, Benton's Cookie Thins chocolate chip are fucking good. Normally, I don't like crunchy chocolate chip cookies, or just like chocolate chip cookies in general. Like, I'll tolerate chewy ones, but never crunchy ones. These ones have such a delicious caramel flavor in them that I cannot resist. They're amazing. And they're small enough for me to, like, tolerate. And Molly, thank you so much for resubbing for 19 months! Jesus, about to hit the 20! On 2020, very powerful. That is actually quite sexy. Thank you so much, my dude. Thank you. Musical note 20 on the 2020, huge. It's your last teen sub month. You're about to grow up big and strong. I'm off. It's custom to tip the shopkeep. Interesting. Grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away. The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar. Did he vomit on himself? I am the law. I get the feeling we won't get anything out of him. Should we ask the children? The small little children, as we shine a flashlight on them? Kids, have you seen any bad people around? One of the twins looks up, his mouth slightly open. What bad people? I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is gonna crack the case. Then we're definitely doing it. Or perhaps not. Oh, it's always spooky music in Revachol. I'm actually terrified of like staying in this room for free.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I had a few more questions about Ruby. What more do you want to know about that poor girl? Did she have any technical equipment? Some nice music? What's she like? With the dogs. She has dogs? Or is that a figure of speech, or is it, like, something else? I don't know. It's Peninsula. Filled electric mural. It's barely a village anymore, we almost don't exist. Pretty much a non-place. A gap. Blank spot on the map, just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street. The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny. This place is so pornographically poor. Who else lives in this village? There's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. She nods her head across the courtyard, but they're away right now. Then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Met Lillian and the kids. Is that like getting off to how the poor looked, how poor it looks, or? Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left. I think I also met the drunks. Sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then, and an old one disappears and is forgotten. It's who we are. I'm one of the old faces that was forgotten. Gotta be something here. There you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild, that's the pox. Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, and an overgrown park. What's the pox? Old military hospital and its surroundings. She looks towards the buildings in the south. Or used to be during the time of the suzerain. We know the suzerain existed at least 250 years ago, right? The revolution was 50 years ago. Looks so poor, it's excessive, like porn is to sex. Nice. Is that an analogy or a metaphor? I'm gonna go now. Goodbye, Exbev! Thanks for hanging out. And thank you for the resub, King. Have a good one. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shocked veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see. That's a cute emo bitter. Happened to the hospital. The goodwill ran out. Staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Imagine raising your kids in a place like this. God. We're kind of at a standstill as to what we can do right now. This is the spooky shack I was talking about, by the way. Not dawdle, but oh, I feel like we have to dawdle until we can do our next thing. Shut up, Sab! Shut up! Shut your mouth. Because look at our tasks. We can look for Ruby some more. The Feld mural check has not been unlocked yet. We're not gonna ask the scout leader about the tattoos. We can go check and see if the ice fridge has melted yet. We can't help her associates set up the nightclub until we help Suna with her project. As for finding the murder weapon, the only thing we could do with that is go and help the labor union out with their thing, which is intimidating a guy by showing up at his apartment, which is not something the police should be doing. I was fine with helping Joyce because we got strong-armed into it, and I thought it was the only thing we could do. And then it turned out her information was useless because we found out in other ways instead. However, the labor union knows something about our gun. Though I feel like we've already derived that Ruby is definitely the person that has our gun. Though we could go talk to the guy who pawned it off again. The pawn shop dude. We'll go talk to him again, even though we already did. Just so I can get a refresher as to where we are with that. Yeah, we have to help Suna with her project before we can ask Estelle about her associates, because we have to help the Ravens with the nightclub. Finding the murder weapon, we'd have to go help the union, which I don't really want to do, because I don't like Everard. And what he's asking us to do is like super shady. Investigate the doomed commercial area. We failed that white check and it is not unlocked yet. Put the clothes in the trash. We failed this check. It is not unlocked yet. We could go sing karaoke. Which, by Saba's definition, would probably be dawdling. So I'm sorry, I just cannot please you right now. I'm gonna try to get more of a refresher as to what we have to do. What did I do? Suggested I dawdle. Maligna. Oh no! Sickness. Virus. That does sound like a sickness. The maligna. Sounds like a malignant. Famine. Sickness. Virus. Famine. Pestilence. What's next? It's the horns! It's the dude. Welcome to the pawn shop. Let's put this flashlight away. I feel like I'm very in people's faces with it. My boombox! Aw, hell yeah. This is how we're gonna interrogate Ruby. This is how we're gonna pull up on Ruby with our froggy visor. With our sick boombox. It's a Magic the Gathering card. It's the boombox, my dudes. Everyone get lit.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Maligna equals coronavirus. Guys, we've solved the case. Do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by the... Someone else came earlier today asking the same question. Earlier today? No, that was a few days ago. Oh, she sold her the gun you found a couple days back. Have people from Everett Closing coming to track that gun? Maybe. Shady looking guys came in yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. Asked if I had a police weapon to sell. Told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here. Might be true, Everett's claims. Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun. People as oleaginous as Everett seem like they're lying even when they're really being truthful. Oh wait, that was a drama! People as oleaginous as Everett seem like they're lying when they're really being truthful. Should we help Everett then? God damn it. I mean, we know Ruby has the gun. What else could he possibly tell us? Besides helping narrow down Ruby's location more. Any idea where I can find this buyer? Needle in a haystack. Ugh. This is frustrating. Oh yes, the man from Hyundai. Probably give a physical instrument boost. Just a guess. Just a guess. Guys, I bought some Planters cheese balls and they taste god awful. Like normally I can like hoard cheese balls like nobody's business and just crunch on them all day. These suck. These taste awful. Let me see if my mind has changed. Hold on. Yeah, like they're like puffy like corn snacks. Coated in cheese dust. Yeah, they have this awful aftertaste, dude. We ain't got those in Canada? Really? Interesting. Anyway, the Planters ones specifically have a really bad aftertaste. So don't get them. It's fuck the world and piss expletive that I feel like I can't say. It's piss expletive. It doesn't help if the game censors it too, so I'm like, yeah, I definitely can't say that. It's really our only option to go talk to Everett. God damn it. Let's go check on the ice cream fridge. It's been about an hour. Maybe if we stare at this for long enough. Try to wait. Let me make sure my fizz instrument isn't embarrassingly low. one in each hand, even though logistically that's not quite how it works. What's making my physical instrument a -2? Ah. A solid 1. Oh, what the fuck? Why did I have it before? What? 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 It was fine. What? Woo. The check was fine and then it... Slip your fingers on the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I know about the Volson, but the fucking thing is locked. The check is locked, Kitsuragi. Don't you know that we're in a video game right now? Idiot. Ugh. Suppose we'll have to wait a bit more for that. We unplugged it, right? Kick with your foot. Ow! Oh, hey, that reset the check. Let's help our physical. Let's raise our physical instrument once more. From a -1 to a 1. Wait, we have stuff that boosts physical instrument. Oh, hell yeah. I'm strong. Not really. I think we filled this check 3 times now. It might be 2 times, I could be exaggerating. Just calc, plane threshold, shippers, physical instrument, plane threshold, outline. Jonas! Hello! How was your stream? Did you do more speedrunning? Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for the host / raid. How are you doing? Cody, what's good? Was doing Celeste, how was it? And Red with the raid right after. What is this? Did you guys coordinate? What is this madness? Red, yo, what's good? Did y'all coordinate that shit? How are you? Good to see you. How was your stream? What'd you play? This was planned. This was planned. No, we didn't. Perfect timing. Would you look at that, huh? This was not planned. Collusion detected. Well, hope you guys both had wonderful streams. Jonas, did you finish the main story of Celeste, or are you doing B-sides, C-sides? What's going on with that? Red, what'd you play? Collusion rigged. This game makes us too damn paranoid. Okay, we kicked the furnace. We called Slipstream SCA, and we helped Suna with the research. We have an 83% chance of passing this check. Why do I feel like we're still gonna fail it? Lolo him! Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you enjoy your stay. Did finish the main story of Celeste, and I got the last cassette I was missing, so I'm ready for the B-side grind next time. Best of luck. One of my mods, BA Predator, is doing B-sides right now, and he is having a time with it. Have the core after that. Ooh, good luck. Playing Dark Souls 2 Sholar, the first of the meme. The meme! Have fun with that. Because we failed 90+ in the stream. I think we failed a 97% chance check before. I think it was our very first check, the VisCalc. I'm pretty sure that was a 97% chance and we failed it. The window in our room. It was over 90. Okay. Here goes. God, that scared me. Jesus. Something breaks loose inside you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease, and then... Hello? You've awakened the entity! Hello? Are you there? Speak to me! He roared, dude. I summoned the ghost of the doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit! Okay, let's not act too unhinged. No, let's be unhinged. Oh, thank you. After you, officer. Hey! Physically harming ourselves was worth it! We have very low health, so I feel like we should keep that topped off at all times. Let's change out of this muscle too, because it's quite the sight. No lie. Let's get our shivers back. I'm so happy that check passed. I think I would have gone insane. Did you guys see never make his noodles? He did! He made ramen noodles! He made specifically the Indomie fried noodles. They're very tasty. I always buy them in bulk. I'm gonna go get food. Enjoy your food, and thanks again for the raid, Jonas. Appreciate you, and best of luck with Celeste. I hope I can catch one of your streams in the future. I've been trying to get better about catching people's streams. I caught a couple this week. I want to try to catch more. I'm gonna make a concentrated effort. Chat, did we save? What was the curtain? Was it here? Hey! I wonder if this lady's working with Suna. Tray is full of dice. Colorful polyhedral dice. Was I right? This is a D&D thing? Yes, I was very proud of him. Very proud of him. Candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Holy fuck, it's Laura Bailey. It's her. We found her. It's Laura Bailey.
Hello. I'm Nia.
A novelty dice maker! What? This is lovely!
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
Oh!
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with the masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching. Yasin learned the fire jutsu of boiling water in a pot. Honestly, the greatest challenge was finding a pot to boil the water in for him. But once he did, he figured it out. I want to know about dice. I collect D&D dice like a fiend. Hold on, where's my dice bag? Oh, I'm so excited now. This is so lovely and unexpected. I did get D&D vibes from the original room. And now my suspicions, they have been confirmed. Where's my dice bag? Where is it? 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 I can't find. Oh! Dice bag, dice bag, dice bag, dice bag, dice bag, dice bag. I'm not gonna turn cam on, but you can hear me rattle them about. It's now an ASMR channel. But it's a shame because I haven't played D&D in so long. I even have the Vox Mox dice. They always roll like shit though. Especially Scanlan. It's a shame. Perhaps I just don't channel the spirit of Sam Riegel well enough. Who knows? He's on his way to becoming the next Hokage. I don't know what that means, but sure. I also love the soundtrack that accompanied her. That was so pretty. What do you mean by menus?
Yes, a milieu is like a calling station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Must have confused me with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
This lady has my dream job. This is so pleasant and quaint. Oh my god, I don't want to leave this room. Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
I was looking for answers. I like role-playing games and I need some
Very good.
dice.
My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual.
I'm about to pay this woman 10 real for some dice.
Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
She carves them from stone. Almost looks as if the stones and dye are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shelves like stalagmites. That is the most delightful thing I heard. Person means you or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need. How'd you become a dice maker? How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order, and I grew it from there. Do you like RPGs yourself? Not especially. I like working with rare metals and a steady pay. And role players as customers. They're nice people. Some of these nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items. She's thankful for the security they provide her. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags? Nothing, really. I didn't know him. Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity in here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window. The window looks directly into the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening? Sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. Shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. What do you mean by the daily ruckus? There's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. Lately, I've seen a lot of drunk workers hanging out. Must be because of the strike. She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, Saya. She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence. She looks up at the window. Pale light comes in. But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I believe her. Do you often work Sunday nights? It's not a profession, making dice for people, but I like it. And I prefer doing this to sitting at home. Thanks for your answers. Anything else, officer? Where are we, anyway? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted there are still signs of the coal-black soot here and there. When I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent, so that's a plus. Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. Creative. When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known about the other businesses. Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone. More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific? Quite a lot of them spring to mind. Rats scuttle in the dark rooms, under the abandoned blow drivers and dusty mannequins, cobwebs over rotors and radio computers alike. So much failure. Used to be a hair salon here. Yeah, I think it was called the Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big kid around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word. Bit of experimenting every now and then isn't that bad. I would never let anyone androgynous touch my hair. This is... Guess it just wasn't the time yet. Sucks a strand of hair under the headscarf. Happened to the gym. It wasn't merely a gym. It was Artmetip's Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youths away from drugs and crime. Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centered boxing club. Kuno. Who's Kuno? He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies. Oh, yes. You mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it will take more than a gym to help that kid. How'd that community project work out? It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines. It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that. I'm off. I have a wonderful evening. Gonna play some Civ. And by off, I mean lurking. Well, thank you so much for giving me your lurk, and I hope you have a lovely time playing Civ. Thanks for hanging out, Seb. Eventually, the Coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. It was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. What's up with the broken windows? This one's a mess. Used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out the business was actually set up for a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milieux. Who would have guessed? A snuff milieu. And I never cleaned up the debris either. I was just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. What is a snuff milieu? I'm not even gonna ask about that milieu. Yeah, don't. Does someone make stuffed animals? Mr. Fabron? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else? Found creepy mannequins. There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years until the insect rights activists came. I didn't know insects had any rights or activists. Yeah, the atelier didn't know either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Ostend, where it's extracted from beetle wings. That is what colors your red M&Ms. And what I'm assuming a lot of other red candies. Or maybe that's just an urban myth, but that's what I've heard. And you know, all kinds of political movements are big in the Ostend. The activists shut down the big chitin suppliers, which of course, or is it chitin? Perhaps it's chitin, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protest just took it a little too far. She shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up, they're not moving. Anything else? What's with the rotor blades and skis? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumutri or Cassette Corps, wherever he is. Interesting. What do these transmissions say? The usual, I imagine. I think he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and just can't wait to get started on them as soon as he returns. Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you. This game looks dope. It is so good. I haven't finished it yet, but I think it's easily gonna end up as one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. I've really, really liked it. If you're into VNs, I really recommend it. It's very text-based, and there isn't much in the way of like mechanical skill that you need. But I've really, really liked it. The writing is stellar. And the world building is just, like you can see here, it's just chef's kiss. Men like that are a curse. The man is stern. Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All the remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. Jeez. They're so loud, I'm sorry. God, they are so loud, I'm sorry. Very text-based. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess. They were just props. Why return to them? Found with a strange machine. Fortress accident, this radio game studio. She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up on her face. She liked them. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once I even saw two of them get into a fisticuffs over Rural. That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seem to be chronically liberal with their schedules. What do you mean liberal? What happened? Usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. What went wrong? Well, I did hear them talking at times. She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break. Seemed they believed they were historical individuals on some grand quest. She sounds almost mocking when she says that. What I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive. Lolohim, thank you so much for the host, I appreciate it. Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic. They had to show up to work on time. She's right, showing up to work on time is important. It's too bad. Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings trying to support them. Tosses a pair of dice on the table. The stops near the edge of the metallic desk. The result is a 1 on the 20-sided die. Oof, crit fail. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall. Anything else? There's a terrifying taxidermy bear in the cellar. Oh boy, the fabled Revachol Ice City. You're in for a treat here. She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees like a stand-up comedian about to tell a story. This place was owned by two guys who made some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas. Indeed, what were the other ideas? There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing. Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Freet does the same thing. That's what I was thinking. $20 per hour. They did show up and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand. They already had the bear. What about the bear? The bear. She repeats, pressing thumbs to her temples like trying to suppress a headache. Bear didn't work out? Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either. Half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. The Revachol Ice City lost a price war with its rival, Glaze 5000. Glaze 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece out of regular fridges. I'm sure the bear was doing its best. The bear was in fact scary. I won't deny that. Taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants, called it the Megatherium. Sounds like a megalodon, the extinct shark. Why is everyone doing drugs in this place? Even the taxidermist! Oh, we failed. Pepe hands my wand, no! Megatherion? Megatherion, that's the dice maker. A mega wild beast. What's a mega wild beast? It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling him to do more drugs, mostly. I do drugs. I've got a vision beast myself. Do I do drugs? We probably did drugs in the past. But I don't do drugs currently. Very good, you shouldn't do them. That's the dice maker. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire. She seems almost sad finishing the story. Some dust swirls in the afternoon air. Her eyes follow it idly. Little sparkling embers under the window. Inside its light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow. Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time. Found the building's intercom, but it's not working. Oh, right! She rubs her forehead. Her scarf has a faint line on her dusky skin. Hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion. The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her, then. What was her name again? Niha? I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. Did you know that East Delta Pinball was once the Whirling? Yeah, I guess so. The arcade is an ancient failure, before my time. My advice? Don't base your business on the fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick track, and especially pinball. Was Whirling and Rags part of the building complex? You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. This explains why you can call the Whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds. If the Whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there too. Strange thing happened when I tried to call Slipstream, someone answered. Can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Sure was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. It wasn't Plaisance, I know her and would have recognized her voice. She said she was from Tricentennial Electrics. There's a moment before she recognizes the name. Used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you? No, it was eerie. It's too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress or... No, it was something else. Pranks can be eerie. Kids these days. Actually, the Slipstream SCA mystery might be a recording, right? That was the... How would they have 100 years old recording as their doorbell message? It doesn't make any sense. My money's on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in older buildings. A few more questions about the building. Questions about the intercom. Questions. I heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area? I've heard the stories, she nods as the wind howls in front of the furnace shaft above, but I don't think those stories are true. How do you explain what happened to all these companies then? Plaisance is the one who sent me. She convinced that the place is swarming with the malicious energies. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow? Hardly any customers and choose to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. Alright, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the Whirling Racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You're right, the Whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed. And there's me. Been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice for role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it? Also strange that she's finding, people who are able to commission custom dye in Martinez. Perhaps she outsources? How does she advertise her business in a world with no internet or... Like, she's working in a very poor area. It's interesting. Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to move the curse. Yalstadov. The Jellish. I'm just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real? Nigelish. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest. I think it might still be you that's causing this. Starting to think that there's no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Honestly, I'm not sure. The world is a puzzling place. Is it now? I've always thought it's rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises in sight. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know. That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful as far as we can see. It's a Shivers check. Plaisance is not gonna like what you have to tell her. Wait, our Shivers are already boosted. Fuck! I've already boosted my Shivers as much as I can! We'll be investing in it later anyway. Start taking off your clothes! You need to connect! No, do not strip for the dice maker. Shivers boost! We're currently marinating a thought right now that's gonna raise our Shivers cap to 6, but I feel like we're closing in on the end of the game. So I fear that we won't be able to use our Shivers before then, if only I had been an Apocalypse cop earlier. Pepper hands. Let's skedoodle Kim. Why the fuck is it dark? Oh yeah, wait, flashlight. We actually need the flashlight here. I forgot. Wait, what's this? Anything here? Anything here? Nope. Alright, my dude, it's time for me to go to sleep. Got another 10-hour day tomorrow. Ooh, best of luck with work, my dude. Have a good stream. I'll keep lurking, of course. Thank you so much for dropping me your lurk. I appreciate it. And have a good one, my dude. And thank you again for the raid. How do we get out of here again, Kim? I feel like it might be easier to go out this way. Good night, my dude. My guy. My compadre. Brought back to Plaisance, your findings. Harrier Dubois. It's so fucking funny that her name is Harrier. What a stupid ass name. What a dumb ass name. Oh yeah. Is it time yet? Still locked! Fine. Suppose we will wait longer. How long does it take for a full fridge of ice to defrost? It's been like 3 hours. Ugh, we should probably go talk to the union before they close. I suppose Everett doesn't ever really close. Is that a squished Sylvie? Is that a squished me? What's good in the hood, kid? I have to stop, as Kim says, accosting minors. It's not intentional, I swear. I feel like I'm saying that a lot with this game. It's not intentional, I swear. Squished me. Squished me. He ain't. You still crunching on those cookies? I am indeed. I need to get the bag out of my room. I tried one and I got pulled in by her vicious yet sweet visage. No hydrogenated oil, no corn syrup, peanut allergy friendly. No artificial flavors and real chocolate. Dead ass. I hate crunchy chocolate chip cookies, but these are so good. These have made me a believer, and it's specifically due to the caramel taste. I feel like it's the brown sugar, but most people make chocolate chip cookies with brown sugar. There has to be something else. I feel like maybe there's like the thinnest brown sugar glaze on the bottom, but there is no glaze. The chewy master race, indeed. If I'm eating chocolate chips, I prefer them to be chewy, except with these. And it's that caramel flavor specifically that gets me so good. I think these are from Aldi, but I'm not sure. I'm not the one who bought them. There's another brand Aldi sells that has like these chewy cookies with white chocolate, macadamia nuts, chocolate chips, and caramel. And oh, the caramel is so good. I die for caramel cookies, my god. Alright, Playzones, you're not gonna be happy to hear this.
Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus. Yes, yes, how was it? Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear. It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises, leeching life energy from the bookstore. Honestly, a dump. Nothing to see there, just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sunshine in. I'm afraid that if we, like... I want to, go the dramatic route and scare her, but I'm afraid that might bode negatively for the dice maker, who is my one refuge in the terror I am feeling towards this game right now, so we will protect her at all costs. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity? Talk to the entity you told me about. Her name is Niha, and she's a novelty dice maker. A novelty dice maker? Her eyes widen. Well, spit it out! What does she need the dice for? Some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman just like you. No, ma'am, I have felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this curse. I don't understand. If not her, then where is the source of the doom? Before you say anything, ask yourself, is this woman really able to withstand the truth? The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Don't say anything you don't have any answer yet. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. Tell with it, but you can't teach us how to lie, Saya. Sources in the taxidermist shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. There's another entity more malignant pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it. Let's lie. Put this woman's anxieties to rest. How horrid! I knew something wasn't right about that place. Did you find a way to break the purse? Purse curse. Freudian slip. Freudian slip. Called upon the spirit of Guillaume de Mignon to banish the curse in a flash of disco brilliance. Perform the ancient Seminese dispelling rites. The commercial area is doomed no more. Of course, I trust my Seminese wards and charms kept you safe while you're performing the ancient rites. She looks at you with sudden admiration. All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time before we're fully free of it, of course, but still. Level up! Thank you, officer, truly. You've brought a better psychomination to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement. She so badly wants this to be over, she would have believed anything. It's only a matter of a day or two. It'll only last a day or two, a week tops. Then her mood will sour, and she will feel the curse again. Alright. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our ordinary lives? Farewell for now. Hey! Free level up. Perhaps now that we've helped with the doomed commercial project, maybe we'll be able to... Where's the... Carry the cryptofishes. What was the mirror? Where's the check for the... Where's the physical instrument check? Is it the barred door? No, I feel like it's something else. The barred door, or perhaps the warded door. Or perhaps the church doors. Much to think about, much to discuss. We're not going to invest in a point yet because I'm waiting for my Shiver's thought to finish marinating, which we have another 5 hours on. Jesus. We can increase the Shivers, ladies and gentlemen. They can be increased. Actually, can we increase physical instrument? Because we... Nope. Okay. That's fine. Let's see if investigating the doomed commercial area unlock the check. Hello? This place is so much less intimidating now. Ah, damn it. I would invest in physical instrument if we had the, you know, ability to, but we don't, so. What's the thought I have that's nerfing my phys inst? Hi, hello. Nigelish. Suppose our really our only option now is to go talk to Everett. It's one of the only thing I can think to do. I suppose we could have combed the coast more thoroughly, but I'm scared at the moment, so. Lord knows we can't do that. Hey, Nigelish, hold on. Can I just say, by the way, that I love your Twitch name? I feel like I've never told you that before. Powerful. Let's look at the tasks we have. Keep asking about Ruby. Help Sunak. Find the ice cream maker open. Can't help with a cell until we help Suna, because we have to help the we can't help the Ravers until we help Suna, and we can't ask a cell until we help the Ravers. Find the murder weapon. Okay, a working firearm that shoots 4.46 ammo. Now where would we find that is the question. Where would we find a working firearm? Should we go check? Let's go check the wall one more time just in case. Sorry, I want to leave no stone unturned. Who else would be selling firearms? I suppose I could ask Kim, but he didn't give the dialogue option. And his gun doesn't shoot 4.46 ammo, right. It was like a wartime antique gun. Nothing. X-Kev, why you squished? Why you squished, you goober? Where would you find a working firearm, chat? I know there's people from Wild Pines currently, or not from Wild Pines, from the mercenaries hired by Wild Pines that are currently patrolling the tops of the buildings, ready to blow our heads off at a moment's notice. Maybe the military vet would know. When can we play Borderlands 1? Never. Why do you ask?
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul. If he's got principles.
Principles. I wanted to play with you. Never. I would sooner play RuneScape with you than play Borderlands 1. Sorry. I'm just saying Jean-Marie meant a lot to you. It's nothing for you to understand here. It is not her death that you're investigating. Back of an illicit subject. He doesn't comment. I mean, if anyone would know about old wartime weapons, I feel like it'd be him.
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul. If he's got principles.
Principles. Just gonna angrily vibrate in my seat. Bro, that's what I'm doing all the fucking time. Join the club. God, the city is so grayscale right now. Where the hell would we find a working firearm? Oh, this stupid wall. The gun store. Thank you, Nigel. Gun store, gun store. Did Joyce leave anything behind here? Didn't she leave a note for us where she's like, I've gone off to the coast? And we're like, oh, okay. Cool. Do you think the cleaning lady would have a gun? I think she keeps that thing on her.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is that bed in the coal room yours? Oh, now you found my address? You've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner. She does seem to have eyes that have been smeared with coal. Don't you have a real home? Does anyone in a city like this? If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep, fortified herself against it. Shoot, Piggy. That's what you do, isn't it? So you won't talk about the murder, but maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor? What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? We're not gonna threaten her. Alright, sad Piggy. I'll give you this one. Saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell. Could that girl have been little Lily? Not a bad place to start. Could have been her. Small kid with giant white armored hands. If you've seen one of them, you've seen them all. There weren't any other small kids in the village. Okay, cool, we got a lead out of that. It's the armor, not the gun, but it's something. God, that was the apartment building where they delivered the bereavement notice. Do you guys notice how I'm desperately putting like effort as the last possible minute thing? Like, I know realistically it shouldn't matter that much if we do help him, and there probably wouldn't be any, like, wide-standing consequences to intimidating one guy. And I always do this in games where, like, I avoid taking an action that I should be taking. Just because, like, it doesn't sit right with me, but I don't want to do it. We haven't explored this way in a while. Over here. Can we even walk here? No. Dead end. God, they did such a good job with the music. Really, they did. It's very melancholy and sad. Yes, I know those two are technically synonyms, okay? They don't exactly mean the same thing. Let's go. Ask Lily. Shut up, Excare. Shut your mouth. Shut your damn mouth. The fire is going. Hello, mister. Heard there was a girl here who had armored gloves. Is that you? Oh, I had gloves, very big ones. Heavy, too. What day is this? Will I spoil for myself? This is Thursday. And I'm pretty far in the investigation, so yeah, I don't want to tell you that you won't get spoiled. Who do you think you've told to shut up the most? Absolutely you, Exkev. How are you doing though, Alice? I love you! I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I think I'm pretty far into the investigation, so I don't want to spoil anything for you. Yeah, day 4. I leave then, fuck. I'm so sorry. I gotta catch one of your streams sometime soon. I'll try my best to, I swear. Jonas raided us earlier, but he's already headed out. I lurk. Alright, thank you, Queen. I hope your day's been well. Hope you've been having a good day. Surely there's someone you've told to shut up more than I. Let me think about it. No, it's you. Shut up. Shut your mouth. What is she cradling? Did you say she had a stuffed owl? Anyway, enjoy your lurk, Alice, and thank you for dropping me a lurk. Where did you get these gloves? Found them when Lambie and I were playing hide and seek in an empty house where no one lives. I think someone hid them there. Was it the shack up front? She doesn't want you to think she stole them. Where are the gloves now? I hid them. The twins were going to take them. They're stupid. He lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye, as if searching for confirmation. Going to need those gloves. It's for important police business. He enunciates the last 2 words carefully. Police business. Oh. She doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part. They're in my sandcastle, behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good. Do you know anyone named Ruby? Ruby. Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret. My mom tells me that I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say or sometimes I can, but then Kits. The lieutenant shakes his head. Twins outside your brothers? Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart. Yes, they do look alike. Lambie tells them apart. Oh, Lambie is her doll. Her castle is the most thoroughly constructed castle in the world, and to break it down means you down means you respect its strength. How dare you? Do you mean you don't respect its strength? In which case, yes, I don't. I'm gonna kick that fucker down. I'm gonna kick that fucker down. There's the sandcastle. There's a beach bully confirmed, indeed. Don't tell me this is a phys instrument check. Weather has not been kind to Lily's subtle sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. Oh, see? Climate change did it for me. If you were a Pokemon, your 4 moves would just be sand attack. Maybe so. And see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network. Broken. Little castle? Lieutenant smiles a little. The reigning lord must have came upon some really tough times to let it slip into such a decrepitude. Each of the catacombs have left the shining object. We got the gloves. Wall and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and presented with a pair of ceramic gauntlets. Congrats. That's the gauntlets down then. Can I wear them? Holy shit. You can wear them and they add to interfacing. That's crazy. Let's go to the village. Is this the part of the game where you don't turn in a piece of equipment so you can use it for the final boss fight? No, unfortunately that was the pants part of the armor. You're close. It was the pants part of the armor. The, what is it? The greaves, are they called? And I did not want to... I didn't want to deface the body anymore, so I decided not to try pulling them off. I was afraid I'd pull off his legs with them. So I just sent the body off to processing. We will never get the full set of armor, but that's okay. These are all connected. We cannot do any of these until we get that check unlocked, which is so annoying. We're not going to ask the scab leader about the tattoos either. Really, our only task is to look for Ruby on the coast. The completionist in me is vibing. Listen, I didn't want it to negatively impact the investigation. Can we ask about the body and processing? Can we give the police station a call? Anything to avoid looking for Ruby. Or talking to Everett. I suppose we could... I want to go see what this apartment unlock the door intimidation thing is about. And I hate reloading, especially with this game. You know what, let's ask them about Ruby first. Let's ask these guys about Ruby. Oh, they
Hi
vibing.
again. So, how are things going?
How are things going?
Hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore.
Still say
Hardcore
nothing.
to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
All core. All right. Yeah.
Say nothing. He froze his brows, his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the town.
Hardcore. Ah.
And that's an agonized roar of the feeblish, obviously not too hardcore, beat below. So hardcore. Is it though? He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to one side. It is!
What is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl. Feels like he should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. You haven't quite gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say. Don't know what to say exactly.
Under the radar. Over the top.
Oh. Solve the egghead puzzle.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid? Good.
Skin shows the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry
It's
tools
good you
and
talked to
cards.
Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to
A
people
sign
before you get a
move?
reading.
Runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness. So I'll stick around the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it? Even the yellow one? He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like. It's a yellow circle with X's. What makes this sticker so modern? Simplicity was brought to us by classical soulless modernism. But that was tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of a man's loss haunting him. Sticker that goes the music, same thing. Come up with the stuff yourself? Alone, many people are thinking the same thing right now. This gathering at the Elysium, the beat is the same for all. Okay, so they can't tell me anything about Ruby. So we're gonna leave. I don't know why I keep trying to talk to these kids. I should really listen to Kim. He's got the right idea. He's got the right idea here. Where were those reeds that we thought looked suspicious? Should we trace along the very edge of the coast here, see if we can find anything? Oh, fuck. Do we have to go all the way? Are you fucking kidding me, dog? Man! Here we go, dude. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna run to the restroom super quick. Because I want to go for at least another half hour. Hopefully. Give me a mo. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Where is she indeed? Where is this Ruby who I dread to find? There she is! We talking me or Ruby now? Oh, red check. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a while. You see a handle. What is this thing anyway? It's military, service depot of some sort. Washwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it. Didn't we have something that raised interfacing? Right, the gloves. As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Movement causes tiny little clicks. Isn't that the sound that... But how could he have the gloves? We have the gloves. Does the crypto-fascist perhaps have the same gloves that we have? Is he one of the other... He must be one of the other, Wild Pines people. But that doesn't make sense. He's working with... that lady's husband. Huh. Movements cause tiny little clicks like dice rolling somewhere far away as the plates reorient to your emotions. I'll be responsible with this. This is to protect me from harm, not to show off. Hard and vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light. Remember the crypto-fascist we spoke? Molly, I'm not sure if you were here before I spoke to the crypto-fascist. But we noticed a clicking sound he was making. And it was described the same way, like marbles rolling on stone or something. Also, Kim, I'm glad that we are so close and the best of friends, but you are literally clipping through my coat right now. Hard and vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do. This song sought after enemy technology. I can't just enjoy it, I must study it. Just got back, but I remember the crypto person. Remember there was a check we had where something about him was clicking? Pretty sure it's the same thing. He must be one of the other... And we know that the dead guy's fellow mercenaries, because are like lurking around, like amongst the population, trying to find the people who are responsible for his death. One of them is the scab leader, who's leading the strike outside of the Union, or the harbor, I should say. I think the crypto-fascist could be another one of them. He's not quite as big as the other guy, though. So maybe it's a long shot. Maybe I'm wrong, but... I don't really want the full suit, but I'm kind of forced into... 2? Are you sure you're correct there? There was a helmet, too. Maybe well before you could have all the pieces. You should analyze the armor and figure out its vulnerabilities. Thought gained for Weather T500. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it and observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material. God, the autosave terrifies me. Good thing before you house the engine must have been a big one. Should we try opening it? It's a red check, which scares me. Oh, it's still at the 3%. Damn. It's like the conceptualization thing with Joyce. We should put something on that raises rhetoric, considering we have a nerf turret right now. I mean, I suppose if we're not wearing anything else, that's what the interfacing goes on, but they do look a bit silly. We fail 90% in this stream, indeed. But does that turn around to mean that we succeed on 3%? We succeeded on an 8%. I don't remember what the check was, but I remember we succeeded on one. So ridiculous. So minus to empathy. It would even out though, so let's wear this instead. That way the negative from the thought is cancelled out. Are there any glasses that don't offer a nerve? I'm honestly shocked we found— well, I guess it's a very silly visor, but I'm shocked we found a visor that doesn't offer a nerve. They do look a bit silly. Hey, the froggy visor is a very choice fashion statement, okay? Wasn't there a cigarette we found here? Why can't I find it now? Yeah, there was a cigarette around here. Where'd it go? Ruby's like behind you, and then she knocks us out with a baseball bat. God, I wouldn't be so scared of finding this woman if she wasn't currently in possession of my gun. Oh, it was near a broken vehicle? I see. I don't remember where that vehicle was. You're right, Molly. I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah, here. Don't see the cigarette. Perhaps down here. No, we're at the village now. We've walked this span a million times. Don't think we're gonna find anything new here. Oh.
Hello, hello. What can I do for you? Hello, hello. What can I do for you, officer?
You noticed anything off about your friend Gary? No, of course not. Why? You sure? Well, he's been a little unenthusiastic about the trip, more than usual. It's understandable. He just wants to get home and warm up. Doesn't want to say it, but this is unusual. Gary's been to the jungle with him, to places way more challenging than the coast. Right, Gary can't be a mercenary because he's been working as a cryptid hunter this whole time. Why so eager to go home? He seems pretty eager for you to return, and I'm eager to return to her, but I assure you, I can't leave until we finish laying these traps. He looks south, where Lena would be. My wife understands that just as well as anyone. Come on, Morel, we've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back. And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon. Didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena. Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's here. Ah, it started snowing. She's seen it? Yes, that's how we came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. Soaked balls. He's at the end of the peninsula thinking, okay. Yes, to say, we must ask her about the mysterious phasmidoid. Suffice to say, it's been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. Can't abandon course now. Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, then come check the traps later? No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel? He's dead set on this. I can go for some trap setting. Let's get going.
Always a pleasure. I mean, officers.
42. I think I have stuff that raises composure. You have to check my tools as well. The heels are ridiculously high. We're wearing heels right now.
Always a pleasure to, I mean, officers.
Hey, that was a good roll. Total of 16. Shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons. Barely keeping it together. As if something's ready to rip out from underneath. Something underneath it? Yeah, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. Could he be one of the mercs? One that makes a clicking sound where the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives. I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear. He phrases then sighs heavily. I know you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath as he unbuttons his shirt. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso. I was ashamed of what I did and I didn't want you to know. I don't know why my mind jumped to mercenary when he looks like a shrimp and is known to be working as a scientist, but at least I was right about the armor. Not detecting falsehood, sire. He is giving up to admit the truth. This shame is surprisingly sincere because he respects officers of the law. Gary, what's going on? Later, Morel, I've got apologizing to do. No, you've got explaining to do. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash? Everyone was picking those pieces off him and I was watching him do it, and they scattered his clothes all over the yard, and everything was smelling. So I went to take out my trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning and no one saw me. Took it with me. Looks so sheepish. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... His lips start quivering. Fuck. Is he gonna cry? We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone. It's okay. There's a loose end and you're tying it up now. I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. He says silently. Select officers commanded the Suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when he shakes his head. It's always back to nationalism with these fascists. Though I suppose is anyone surprised? They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of his historic apology. His face does not belie emotions. Why did you lie to me, Gary? Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you, but... What the hell, Gary? You're in trouble? I'll explain later. Do you know who killed the hangman? I just thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses lynched him because of the strike. What's good side? There's plenty of gay communism here. Therefore, we have seen it all. Now we're seeing the what's the word I'm looking for? The simp fascism. But almost everyone in town knows that. Wish I could tell you more. This is all he knows. Give me that armor now. Sighs again, hangs his head, and then buttons his shirt fully. Curious matches the dead man's boots come to view as soon as he's in your hand, smelling of his sweat. But oh, so light to hold, like a bag of cotton. Fascism is nothing! Simphood at its finest. I'm doing well, how are you? We done here, Gary? Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this ever again. He looks around, relieved of some burden, his mouth still quivering. Jesus Christ. Mess. Mess. Damn. I can't get over the green snakeskin shoes. I need them out of my view. This vitreous enamel, cuirass fits snugly and redistributes kinetic energy across its countless white plates. Amazingly, it fits under your coat. Also makes the pretty porcelain sounds when shaken. It's an interesting armor. If we want to even out our empathy, we can keep these shoes on and wear this at the same time. Also, welcome back from your luck, Samp. How is Civ going? Well, we figured out the Whirling's trash thing. We've gotten stuff done. Suppose we can go check again if that fridge is finally melted. We have this goofy ass visor on, so I don't care about no gator shoes. That's fair. That's a fair point. Wait, Molly, you said the cigarette was on the peninsula. I suspect it isn't anything too important, but while we're here. This stream has literally been me procrastinating on doing what we need to do. Actually, that's a lie. No, we've checked everything I've found. We haven't left a stone unturned. Out of fear, out of cowardice. We have not. We're just a bit reluctant is all. I'm fine, tired, sore, and scraped my legs playing volleyball. Oof. That's what I don't like about volleyball. It's very physical contact, and I have very feeble wrists. I would end up with the marks on my wrists whenever we were forced to play volleyball in a gym. Not like bruises, but like my wrist would be red for a long while. Not a good week. Oof, I'm so sorry. Dad accidentally hit a pole and rock. We're not exactly sure what happened. He may have been tired from a long day of work. Oh no, did the car get, like, wrecked? Is your dad okay? I'm so sorry to hear that. Isn't there another place like this close to Martinez? Let's see. It's not paramount that we find the cigarette, it's just like something interesting I would like to remember the name of. I could always go back at the VOD and look. Is that it? Wait, what? Where? Did you see something highlight? Oh yeah, you said it was near an abandoned lorry. Not lorry, our car. The broken car, yeah. No, but I don't think it's here. Nothing's lighting up as I tab. Well, it's fine. I can go back and check the VOD to see what the name was, and again, it's probably not that important. If anything, our detective will probably remember it if it becomes relevant. You know? I don't think we're the ones that need to remember that. My dad is okay and the car got wrecked. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's awful. Over here, let's check in with the police station. See if there's anything new. Oh, what was that? Who'd have thought? Snow covers the white and blue police livery of the motor carriage. The white cars really meld together. What am I even thinking about this? Do something important? Something murder related? There was always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Cupre's Kanema. The Capri Motor Corps followed to the highly successful workhorse, the Cupre's 40, and the answer to Elysium's racing-bred Fevre cars. Elysium is one of the royal, what was the word they used? Monopolies? It's the horns, with its air-cooled rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox. The Kanema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds. Want to roll over in the first sharp corner? High center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin. This tech talk is really rubbing me the right way here. Turn your attention to the motor carriage itself. Even at a standstill, the unibody Capri Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. Someone has waxed it recently. This machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool. The lieutenant smiles ever so slightly. Would you like to take a closer look? What's it packing there? 130. Advancement of the KR-18GU engine of the Capri 40, to be precise. Must be in advance. Yeah, you know it? Just the basics. Cast iron block, swirl chamber injection, dual chains driving overhead camshafts, 2 valves per cylinder, hydraulic valve, lash adjustment. Yes, that's right. I am very impressed that you know these things. At least my dad is okay. We may get a new car if this car can't get fixed. Fair enough. Still, it's a shaky thing to go through. My brother crashed my car a couple months ago, so I definitely feel you on that front, and I'm glad everyone is okay. Just keep on trucking! Fine machine. Yes. An extraordinary machine. He loves this car. Let's move. That was cute. Nope, nothing to see. What's good, Rip? How you doing? How's your day been? Crashed one of your dad's SUVs? Oh no. I have gotten into one crash before, and someone had rear-ended me when I was stopped at a stoplight. I was fucking pissed. Sleepy, just woke up? What time is it for you? Did you take one of those forbidden late-day naps? I suppose the last thing we can do is talk to Everard. Or, before we go and talk to Everard, we could go and check on the ice cream fridge again. 9:33 p.m. An hour ahead of me. I'm so glad we got that yellow mug loose thread tied up. I feel so satisfied now. God, we are not gonna get this thought till tomorrow. Or is this gonna be 19? I left my car too, but we're gonna have to look for a new car. My old car was one of the safest cars we had, but rip. Oh, I'm so sorry. So far it can't be repaired. That sucks. Someone hit me on the side of the SUV because I pulled out trying to make a turn, but I didn't see the guy when I looked down the road. Oof. Like I looked right past the guy when I looked for cars coming. That is one of my worst fears to happen. Jesus. Cars are scary things, my dude. I'm pretty confident in my operation of one, but like, man. Thanks for the hug, Sad. God damn it, open the fucking thing, dude. What if we unplugged the ice bear fridge as well? Would that help? No, I don't think so. Okay, only option is to talk to Everard. I have delayed this long enough. Though I might reload it because I really don't want to help Everard, but I'm angry about this. I feel like it's gonna lead to a non sequitur. Is that the right word to use? Wherein all the information he gives us is information we could have found out ourselves, which is what happened with Joyce. And actually, the information she gave us wasn't as complete as what we had found by then. The information we had found by then was more valuable than the information she gave us, so we poked our noses around for absolutely nothing. I also have to remember the Merc group really doesn't like us. They think we're in cahoots with the Union because they watched us wait while Measurehead cut the body down. So it's a really, really bad idea to talk to them. A really, really, really bad idea. Oh, you became affiliated recently? That's awesome. Congrats, dude. That's so exciting. Have you thought of who you're going to commission for your emotes yet? Or are you going to make your own emotes? Congratulations, congratulations. I really don't want to talk to Everett, but I'm gonna have to talk to Everett. It is time, is it? Come on, door. Come on, door. I will persuade that door open before we solve this case, I swear it. Talk to that Everard fuck. There is still an unspent slot. Oh? What do you think you're adding? I hate this motherfucker. I don't like him. I don't like this.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you're already sat on that chair.
Finished investigating the local drug trade. Ah, yes, your side investigation. Thank you. Got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. Talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business. Actually, Revishul doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's it then. Well, suppose we can't strong-arm him that way. Are you considering opening that door you asked me to open? Fantastic change of heart, Harry. Go talk to Manana by the gates. He'll brief you and give you a key. Just like that, the roller coaster's moving. Just open one little door. Just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. I hate that we're intimidating people. I hate it. I hate that we're running around like people's dogs to solve this case. Ugh. But that is the cost of dumping a skill. And it is a cost I will accept, but not very happily. God, do I hate it. I wonder whose door it's gonna be, by the way. And of course, I could always choose to not follow through with the task, but still.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Rod said you had a key to a door? Key, huh? Door is this key supposed to open? It's hoping you could tell me. Of course, I got you. I don't know anything. Got that key right here. Let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to be helping us during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Not opening this door for myself, I'm opening it for all working men. This is the ultra-liberal. This is the fascist. This is the communist. This is the moralist. Frankly, I'm opening this door because I want to solve this case. It's like the dramatism of, I'm not opening this door for myself. I am opening it for all working men. I knew this man was a commie. It's a good thing you're doing too. Thanks. We've now gotten... Hold on. No, I missed the achievement! No! We're a moralist commie. The worst kind of commie. No, I suppose a fascist commie would be worse. It's like both antithetical and like... just so much at the same time. Might make my own emotes, but I don't have an app to create it. I have ideas and I can sketch it, but I need someone to draw it out for me. I see. Well, it's good that you've got ideas in place. Basement door behind the greenhouse. House. It's behind the whirling rags. Isn't that where Kuno lives? Oh, the basement door. Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the apartments there. Janitor gave it to me. Talked about life and things that really truly matter. Not this mess we're in. This driving and juggling, what's it for? To feed our children, I guess. Anything else I should know about this person? I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we're fighting for. He means he's not going to tell you because he doesn't know, but he will shoot mouth with you now that you're working for Everett. Who he is and what they're fighting for. This is interesting. Anything about the Hardy Boys? Los Ardies? He smiles. They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but with it comes a responsibility. Comes with a responsibility. Sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that, except it's Everett's law. Really, they're just like you. Is he actually comparing you, an officer of the law, to some neighborhood vigilantes? Come on, he's just trying to keep the peace. Let it go. Man whispers a jaunty tune. The crystal breeze ruffles his hair. Are you striking? Negotiating our share? Aye. It's not wages or pensions or stuff they already got covered. Not much you feed the wolf, at least you got the benefits, that's something. It's not enough. Not enough to get ahead. More about keeping us in our place. How large a share would you like? All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board so they can take part in the decision-making process. The seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in Southeast Grod. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist. Boss man, what can you tell me about him? I think it's best you make up your own mind now you've met him. In my eyes, he's a capable organizer and a decent businessman. What does bossing the union entail? I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own. By that you mean corruption? By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the man is corrupt for our benefit and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is personally not too lavish. That desk seemed pretty lavish to me. He's reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. Be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in this world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all. Not you, you would like to say, but then there's that weasel door. This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today. You a communist? No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. But the stuff you do aligns admirably well with the World Republic. Why not call yourself a communist? Nothing against communists, they are honorable boideros. They're good analysis. My own code serves me well. If my code starts failing, a code can fail a man as well as a man can fail a code, then I will submit to a new one, which may as well be communism. Sounds like you're a communist who thinks he isn't doing enough to call himself one. See, I am primarily a lazy person. Yes, we have figured that out. I thought he's communist enough to call himself such, but he won't. Why is that? He believes that when someone has radical ideas, he should rather present himself as a self-interested moderate, not as a missionary of a minority ideology. Because? My come in handy to present ideas as part of reality, the only reality that exists, instead of some abstract true form. On the other hand, he's not lying when performing the sleight of hand. He is a self-interested moderate. So basically, you're a self-interested moderate? That's one way to call it, friend. An unnecessarily complicated way. Laziness, self-interest, and negligence certainly fit the doctrine espoused here. Is that the dulcet tone of ultraliberalism I hear? No, it's moralism. At least some people are willing to make the sacrifices necessary in order to reach higher and to a better world. I seem to have spent a lot of time thinking about the political situation. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there is always time. Looking at Brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now, the way he speaks about scabs, the general attitude. He's a follower of the 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boidero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, and loyal to your friends. Am I a Boidero? Sounds antiquated, obsolete, passé. It's not disco. Man sits on the rail, his hands reaching far and wide, yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider if need be. An endless torrent of time. Why do I feel like we aren't going to learn anything? Oh, it's over here, my bad. I'm actually considering reloading this and just, ugh. I have a very strong feeling we're not going to learn anything new. Just like we did with Joyce. But then again, we have nothing else to really pass the time with this time. We could solve the egghead puzzle, but that's it. We are dawdling, in fact. We'll go talk to Suna first. Oh, never save scares the shit out of me every time. Saba, you never answered my question. How was Civ? Also, I can feel my voice starting to give, so I don't think I'll go much longer. How was Civ? You said you were playing Civ. It's good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. You are currently in Morocco. That's a good country to be. I quite like Morocco. I've been once. One of my favorite places I've been to, in fact. But it's been a long time. Oscar! How are you? Good to see you. Guys, I'm about to crunch on another cookie. I'm feeling the urge coming. Though I suppose if the urge is already there, I can't really feel it coming. Whatever. Where's that trudge? God, this coast seemed so big when we first found it.
Yes, what is it?
Backup for my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer. Points to the glowing cube inside the machine. Just woke up from a nap I didn't need. It seems like Wednesday is just the universal nap day. I took a nap today. I've been taking a nap like every Wednesday since I started the semester. Someone else came in and said they took a nap today. Someone on Discord said they took a nap today. It's nap day. But you know what I say? Full moon. Yeah, but usually if you took a nap, you probably needed it. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just making it extra simple for you. Backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to we're succeeding on interfacing checks now that we're wearing those gloves. Are we napping together? I think we are all napping together right now. Especially because we're both in the Chicagoland area. There's a spiritual connection there, my friend. Backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. It's still an offsite copy, then why is it on site? Oh god, not this again. It is not on site, it is in the basement, perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all. Sounds like it's technically still on site. And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that had nothing to do with how the backup was stored. Could be the doomed commercial area curse at work, though. It's clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times. Couldn't get it open, it's completely frozen. There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. Right, we have to keep waiting for the defrost. Let's go look at this. Dolores Day Muraligan. Are you a follower of Delorianism? Yes. It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. Very moralist thing to say. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance. Interessant. God, they did a great job with sound design in this game because I'm spooked by every other sound cue we hear. Wish we had a way to pass time, or as Sab would say, dawdle. Still this skill point I'm saving for shivers. But considering we're about to level up, is there anything else we could invest it in? Any checks that we're waiting on? Two of them are shivers, Jesus. What was the warded door? What was the warded door? What was that? What? 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 What was the warded door? We can't invest in physical instrument. Like, we literally can't. can invest in conceptualization like lame asses. Look, I don't want to invest in conceptualization just by the principle of it. Like, it's pissing me off that I have to. You can invest in volition. We have Kim's and there's another one. Not just Kim's. No, it was interfacing. No, it was volition. The check in the union. Yeah, what was the... The word I do. What was that? Nani? Feels as if we've asked all around the coast about Ruby. Really, all we can do is wait for this level up, I feel like. So was the one I freaked out about, because I thought, oh god, she's a red-haired woman and we're looking for a red-haired woman, and why did I ask her if she'd seen a red-haired woman around? Getting a wee bit too paranoid now. Should I pay my whirling room fee? Should I go unlock that stupid basement door and then save? Then reload? Just for curiosity's sake? Or should I do it off stream to save myself of the shame of letting curiosity get the better of me? I thought we were going through realism here, Aya. I want a half cookie, I don't want a full cookie. Yeah. Thank you, Molly. I was waiting for that. We are actually running out of things to do. It's amazing. Ah, damn it, now I want another cookie. So where's that worded though? I think we are. I've heard like some people have finished this game in like 10 hours. Which I'm assuming is what happens if you streamline and you like don't do any of the side quests and you just focus on the investigation. But the issue is now is that we have these we've searched the coast pretty thoroughly. We've walked through it a million times. And the Shivers check is locked to us right now. So I'm waiting for a level up, or for time to pass, so that we can raise the Shivers cap. That's the thought I have processing right now. It raises my Shivers cap to 6, which is also why I haven't spent the skill point. I think I'm gonna do something shameful here, and I'm gonna unlock the basement door just to get information out of him. And I'll reload like a coward. Because I'm very much assuming that it's gonna be things we already know. Very much my assumption. Dude, if it's the family's home, I can't do it. I can't. Like, this is wrong. need to break into someone's... No, we're not gonna break into someone's home. "16 days in the coldest April." What's this? That wasn't here before. The cover features a row of concrete buildings with a monochrome rainbow in the sky. A monochrome rainbow. This is a rather excruciating story about two lovers during an ethnic unrest in Yugograd. The book has been filed under psychological realism. Hands you hold 16 days of coldest April. The cover image shows a row. Yes, you know, feels heavy. Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. They would do that on Grad. How long is this book anyway? Flip through the book. Pages are thinner than you realize. The text was typed quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long. Real art is dense and difficult. Didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it? You weren't really reading. Not sure if I agree with that. Back is cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author. What'd she look like? She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph, and yet this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare at you. Well, we got time to kill anyway. Start reading. In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugograd riots took place from TK to TK, fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics. These events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugograd Spring. Like all periods, it is frequently memorialized in art and literature. In excruciating detail, the author describes the socio-economic conditions that had brought the people of Yugograd into the straits. Centuries of humiliations and despair, and then during these riots, two young people meet. It physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure? 10 more pages. Their happiness is fleeting, cruel jest. The absurdity of the state totally crushes them and they end up betraying each other. She becomes an official for the regime, and he, a lens grinder, and Ferdinand. The end. Good stuff. I fucking love this. Put the book away. Ouch. Was it worth the dial? Was it really? Health, I want to keep it full charge because I'm nervous. I want to pass the time before I end stream, but I can't think of how to do that. It's just behind the greenhouse. Is it this one? Don't want to do this. Must be in. The basement door is rather warm. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air. Guillaume's kitten. This knocker will last a lifetime, and then some. Press your ear against the door. It's oddly silent. No birds chirp. Don't know, what's your opinion? Isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day told you something new about yourself. Apparently working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. So you don't mind? The Merc Tribunal happens before we solve this. We're looking at casualties. What's one unlocked door compared to that? Fuck. That's a good point. Oh, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Oh, I hate this. If we're just patient and we pass some more time, I don't think the tribunal is going to happen tomorrow. But like, I'm hinging human lives on an uncertainty. when this is certain. Oh, it's so but if I just had a few more hours. On the other hand, we could just tell Everett we open the door and leave. Lying to Everett? Yeah. Presenting a fabrication is known to get results around here. You took the task, you make the call. Leave. Let's lie. The thing is, can I lie? My drama's pretty high. I'm not terribly worried about not passing the lie. Shall we wear our black mesh? Shall we saunter in our black mesh top and robe? Is there anything I can wear that increases drama that is not the that is not the black mesh top and robe? Oh, indeed, we can. My drama's a 7. I'm feeling confident. Let's go lie to Everett. Kim, you split up from me. Don't ever do that again. King, I need you. Just taking a break to say hi. Oh, thank you, XBev. How's it going? You're doing homework right now, right? Is there a sign on the door? No, that red was always there. It could be composure that needs the lie, though, and our composure isn't great. Let's buff up beforehand. What's our composure at? A 3. Any items we can use to level that up? Just in case? Where's our ledger of hatred and... failure and hatred? And then empire and empathy. Okay, let's go. It's going okay. Could be doing better, but I'm just trudging along. Sometimes you have those days where that's the best you can do, and that's alright. But I hope your tomorrow is better. You said you had a long shift tomorrow? I hope it goes quickly for you. Why do I feel like I should take another morale boosting pill before I go talk to him? I think we'll be safer before. Not long, but I'm definitely dreading it. I'm sorry. Has work been stressful lately, or is it just like the monotony of having to go to work? It's kind of weighing you down. No, regular cashier shift, and I don't like doing it. I'm sure you have to deal with a lot of demanding customers. With that in particular. Alrighty. No, it's just boring. Oh, I got you. It's fair enough. Fair enough.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you're already sat on that chair.
Open the door to your weasel's den. Are you shitting me, Harry? Did you not really open that door and now just tell me you did? You're a wild one, Harry. No, Everett. I really opened that door. Failed to hide my panic. What? Yes, 601, Jesus. Take it a bit further. Take it home. Not only did I open it, I went inside too. It was a real weasel's den, Everett. Bet it was, Harry. But seriously, what did you see in his apartment? Guy who has antagonized the Union in a Union-run town? Maybe it's political. Jesus. fascist insignia everywhere, memorabilia calling for a return to the golden age. It's exactly what I thought, Harry. What a weasel. And for the record, I was only curious, not testing you. He was testing you, and you succeeded. Let's fucking go, dude! You've shown me that the Debo Joe's Union and the Citizens Militia can indeed work together. Now let's cut down some brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good. Standing there making banal conversation about shit, blah blah. I got you. Yeah, I feel you. Let's fucking go, dude. Heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it. By now I'm sure you figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys, Wild Pines, sent to scare us. Another violent measure off the top hats against us flat caps. I'm listening. Harry, the strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut down the strike by sending in armed mercenaries. Is that Gabe? Do you mean Gabe as in Valve Gabe? You mean our victim? He nods gravely. I forgot Kim does not like the labor union. Security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire. Yes. No, Gabe is far more attractive than whatever this is. He reminds me of a blobfish. Valve Gabe. Oscar? You goose? He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun. Jesus. I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yiset, Semenine, Sarah Meriza, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Can't say I'm the one to side with the mercs, but everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they don't do is kill the village elephant. Go on. I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. Literal container. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. Do they actually move the container? Yes! I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. Jesus Christ. But enough about me and my fun container. Lord Gabe continues to bless us with the gift of Toda Underlords. God bless. Or should I say, Gabe bless. Killers the company hired. I think there were 3 of them. All hardened commando types. We only know one of them. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. He shakes his head. I do not like the way he says little rapey. Even though he's not being voice acted right now, I don't like the way he would say that. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees. By negotiator, you mean Joyce? Harry, he says, ignoring the lieutenant. What you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough, and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill. Who exactly did the pushing? There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but keep peacekeeping in the neighborhood. The Hardy Boys. It's a bit like organized crime. They're like you guys. That's the second time we've heard them. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. Again, sounds like organized crime. So these idealists killed our victim? Yeah, this is all stuff we already know, which is not even fully correct information. We know more. Thankfully, we did not have to intimidate some poor soul by breaking into their apartment, so... One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, Boss, Socialist Democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burning the land. He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like we killed him. Gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation. Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this? I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see a man who takes them in. Besides, he sent my lawyer girl to look after them. Uncertainty belies his boasting. In the end, though, he believes it. Or at least, wants to believe. So he doesn't want to counter it with a narrative that exonerates the Union, but why? But there was a bullet in the hangman's head. So they shot him? He sounds pleasantly surprised. He was shot in the head before he was hanged. How odd. Don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth, Sire. What I do know is the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of the shot and hanged man, it's my 2 little policemen. Godspeed, policemen. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company? How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. He slams his fist on the desk. It's their MO, it's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over. The workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company, after a little rebranding. I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates. So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor? He's not entirely wrong. You said it. Hell. One of the guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Is he the elephant he's referring to? Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes. The name of the company is Colonel this time. Might have been sediment before. Of course, you're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me. Should we tell him about the tribunal? We should. There's people's lives at stake. Tribunal? This sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. Wish you hadn't told me that. I'm going to lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject. He's clearly happy about the tribunal. You don't seem too worried about that. Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? I'm trying to climb to second base with the older Vart before you even courted him properly. He wants you to do more things for him before. Mentioned the lawyer girl? This is a bright one. Paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy, but hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. What about Titus Hardy? All 7 of them, exemplary union members, local socialist democrat movement. Theo used to run that, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative. Theo is the older man. Who's second in command? Don't fight them, they really are just like you. He's betting on them being useless to you. You already cooperated with the Hardys. Don't know what happened, Harry. I want you to feel like Mr. Martinez, and of course I also want to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you, yet. It's not like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't. So you have to be a social democrat? He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? Neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. Oh, god damn it. Nor are we money engineers. Nor do I think I'm further left than this guy, or at least our officers. Are we gonna be moralists again? What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you. Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. Breaking into an apartment is pretty illegal. You just need 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and mail it to my accountant in La Delta. What are the signatures for? Union is going to build a modern youth center in Martinez. It will be righteous. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this off the ground. What will happen to the current occupants? They're just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings, right next to a fancy new youth center designed by the best architects. Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out onto the street? You're sure no one's gonna end up homeless? Am I? Harry, these people. Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth center there. The value of their properties goes up and the kids have a place to play in. Looking out for these people, not pulling the rug out from under them, Harry. Looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbor. I'm actually, as much as I hate this guy, I'm actually inclined to believe him. He means it, yeah. What do you think of this? Depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful. It wasn't. But he thinks it's your call. We spoke to him for the gun in the first place. Not gonna do this. Not for now, at least. Perfectly acceptable. He smiles. No one's gonna force you into anything, but I don't know about that gun of yours. You see, I'm a vengeful man, Harry. Part of how I got here where I am is that I can be quite nasty sometimes. But the good news is, the moment you change your mind and want to look into this matter, just tell me and we'll be buddies again. Fine. Oh, this fucking room. Yeah, no, as much as I dislike the guy, I don't think he deliberately harms citizens of Martinez, because after all, if Martinez becomes more vibrant, it benefits him directly. Jesus Christ, why is it so red all of a sudden? I know he has like red insignia everywhere, it still shocked me though. He's not an evil guy, he's just slimy. Done some evil things, probably, but not like an inherently evil, like, thumb twiddling guy. You know what I mean? We have 2 skill points now. I'm saving them for shivers. That way we can get 2 shivers checks back to back. We can swap our clothes around now too. If he's not wearing a fucking visor. Shivers, shivers, shivers. What about other shoes? I actually got 3 pairs of shoes that I'm carrying with me. I kinda want to take the visor off, but I also won't, you feel? Ooh. I want the volition check. You don't get what I mean? It must- oh, the visor. It must remain. I agree. I agree completely. Holy shit, it's 9:20 p.m. already. Yeah, I'm gonna be calling it here. I just wanted to get out of that fucking union office first. God, I hate Everard. What a slimy, slimy man. The slimiest of the slime. Go to sleep! I'm not gonna sleep for like another hour or 2 at least. But I will call it here, because my voice is like actually giving out. I don't know why too. I stay pretty well hydrated most of the time. But yeah, we made good headway. Let me see how much time we have left on that thought. 2 hours, 37 minutes. That's not too bad, actually. Then again, though, we have no tasks to, you know, help with it right now. We just have to wait for that damn thought. Maybe we could, like, go over some books or something. Again, I really hope this tribunal isn't tomorrow. I really hope it isn't Friday. I have a feeling it would be a solid week. Like, the tribunal would be Sunday. But I don't know, I could be wrong. But I suppose it's not like there's anything else we can do in the meantime. We have to pass the time. So, that's how it is right now. I'm pretty satisfied about not having to break into some poor soul's apartment. Jesus. I don't know if I could have forgiven myself for that. But yeah. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It was a good time. I was very happy to jump back into Disco Elysium. Depending on how early I wake up tomorrow morning, I might be back in the morning with finishing up the Cindered Shadows DLC. But yeah, Disco Elysium probably won't be back till Friday. When I get close to finishing a game, I don't like doing morning streams for it, because usually I have a commitment later in the day, and I don't want to risk like leaving during a climactic moment. Thank you for hanging out, Oscar. Goodbye, XCav. Best of luck with the rest of your work, and good luck with your shift tomorrow. Love you too, Sab. Have a good night, Molly. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It was a good time. It was nice talking to y'all. Anyone else who's lurking, I hope you have a great rest of your day. We have to wait 2 more games for 5-head gameplay. Pepperons. Yeah, I can't wait to jump back into this. God, I love this fucking game. Thanks for hanging out, Molly. It's always a pleasure to have you here, King. Genuinely, I mean it. I love you guys. Your presence here and getting to talk to you guys means the world to me. Really. Streaming is so much fucking fun. And I really love y'all. Okay, I'm gonna skedoodle though. Have a great day, everyone. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.